Hello everybody, Frankie Day, back again on YouTube. This evening YouTube folks, this will probably be my second entry for Chancellor North Wales Flyingboat group build. I stumbled on this last night and I gotta think, what the heck, I haven't built this thing in 40 something years. This is a scratch built job I've been doing, and this is the last of Glenn Martin's flying boats. This is the P6M SEAMASTER. I built this from plans that I obtained. I think they're YM plans or something like that. They come from UK, and in a scale of 1/72 scale. The construction of this is made out of foam and sheet plastic, and so Chancellor's group build, as Flyingboat group build, inspired me to go ahead and finish this off along with my PBM Mariner flying boat. Incidentally, folks, I shall have a video tomorrow for the finished paint schedule on my PBM flying boat, which will be all sea blue, and this one here will be all sea blue too, with white undersides when I get finished with it. And before I show the review of the SEAMASTER, I'd like to explain a little history of this aircraft, and which I'm pretty noted for on YouTube. I know pretty much about things I know about, a lot of things I don't. I never question myself over it, so like the old saying, if you doubt, stay out. You don't know, ask somebody who does know. So this I do know. Okay guys, this is the P6M SEAMASTER, and it was on the drawing boards as late as 1952. And Glenn Martin tried to supersede his flying boats, getting away from the receptacle flying boats as the Mariner and the Martin Mars. And since it's inevitable that we're entering the jet age, so he decided he wanted to construct a jet-powered flying boat. The XP6M SEAMASTER first entered the United States Navy as late as 1955, and they ran into a few problems with the aircraft itself, as due to the aircraft actually had problems with the takeoff. You had to use JATO, which is jet assist takeoff, which was actually JATO rockets were located internally inside the right and left side of the hull of the fuselage, and they used that as assist takeoff. And they had mostly the problem that SEAMASTER had was the propulsion. The SEAMASTER was designed with two J75 Pratt & Whitney engines, and rendering an airspeed of 541 miles an hour. And this aircraft is supposed to be pretty much up to date. It's supposed to be the successor to the PBM Mariner, which the PBM Mariner was an anti-submarine patrol bomber, and this aircraft was more or less used as the same. But P6M SEAMASTER was very short-lived. By late as 1959, the aircraft was completely restricted from the register, because the era of the flying boats were actually restricted from the Naval Register as late as 1956. And with jet aircraft, which are conventional, and more aircraft such as the P3 Orion and the P2V Neptune, and a lot of other aircraft that were used in the role of anti-submarine roles, were succeeded more upon using the P6M flying boat. So more or less, in words, that the P6M SEAMASTER was primarily an experimental aircraft for Glenn Martin to see if he can be able to develop jet aircraft. The aircraft had no significant part of history in aviation. It was very short-lived. It was one of his later productions, and he brought out the Sea Dart too. And the Sea Dart was considered a failure, and the SEAMASTER was equally well as a failure, but it had a lot of good technological features that the Martin Mars and also the PBM didn't have. And that was about the best thing about the SEAMASTER was incorporated to have as an anti-submarine patrol bomber. But the Navy had no use for flying boats. By 1959, they were actually, every one of them was stricken from the Naval Register, and later the boneyard for scrappers torches to dismantle them. And so the only two examples that we have today that Canada Force Industries uses as Barrett bombers is the Martin Mars, which are located in Alberta, Canada, in the Sprout Lake area. Okay, guys, we'll get to the P6M the SEAMASTER. Here she is right here. She's pretty good size aircraft, guys. This is made from blue foam board and also made from sheet styrene. I say you use a sheet styrene on it by using, I carved up the foam board using basswood spars to strengthen the wing, and veneered it with 11 thousandths sheet styrene using contact cement to glue over the styrofoam, and it's retained. It's pretty strong, and there's been a lot of filler. This thing's definitely a filler thing. When you build these things from scratch, they acquire a lot of filler, a lot of filling. So I assumed that this would be a good opportunity to finish this, which this thing has been sitting in my domain for decades upon decades upon decades on end. So it's about time to get the SEAMASTER going, and get my Mariner going too. And incidentally, just to compare scales using this hideous webcam, I'll give you a prime example of the Mariner, how big the Mariner is compared to the SEAMASTER. They're both 1/72 scale, folks, and the SEAMASTER was a good-sized aircraft. The fuselage length was 11 feet longer than that of the Mars. It was 114 feet, and the wingspan of the P6M was 118 feet, powered by 4 Pratt & Whitney J75 engines, and it's a beautiful airplane for this day, folks. It's definitely it's a world's first jet flying boat ever used, and it's very, as I mentioned earlier in the video, it's very short-lived. Right here, I got to fill this in with I got to fill in the cockpit right there with a piece of foam. I was going to go ahead and vacuum form me a cockpit to fit over here. I started to put the cockpit floors there, but I said that's got a lot. I'll go ahead and make a dust model out of this. So I'll just go ahead and fill this in with foam, sand the shape, fill the foam with 5-minute epoxy so it's all filled. When it dries, wet and dry sand it, use your filler so it's all faired in with the fuselage as entirely as one. And this too will be displayed on the stand. It's all scratch built, folks. I don't think you'll see any of these kits. Incidentally, the only kit that the SEAMASTER ever came out was by Waffel. It was some kind of out-of-box scale. I remember used to have ones in years past when I was a young boy. And the SEAMASTER is a very, very peculiar airplane for its day. And it done its job, what it could do. And very sadly to say, this airplane could have really been something at the time, but as I said, that Flyingboat era was completely stricken for the naval registry. It had no use for flying boats. It's at one time the flying boat ruled the waves. Now they don't rule nothing no more. Just memorella of the past. So that right there, folks, completes the second entry of Chancellor North Wales Flyingboat group build. As soon as I finish up my Mariner, I'll go ahead and start getting this thing going, prepared for painting. And I got to get that C-47 shaking pretty good too, because one day next week sometime, I believe that Russell Goslin's D-Day group build will be expired. So I got at least a good 6, 7, 8 days to finish up my Gunny Bird. So tomorrow I should have an inbox of I should have a video of the completion of the priming of it, ready for the finished color. So by next week sometime I should have it about finished, and by this Friday I should have my PBM Mariner all finished. And so then I'll go ahead and start on Styrene Panzer's German bomber group build, featuring my Waffel 1/32 scale Junkers 88 Schnell bomber. And I'll get started on my group build. So my group build's only 3 months. So you folks, you got a lot of time out there, fellas. 3 months is a long time. So it allows you enough time there to finish up on your plate before you get started on mine. So I got a lot on my plate I got to finish up. So once I get all these builds all done, folks, I may be able to do one group build, you know. But I don't want to get any more shaken up because I got I got my summer toys. And I got my radio control boats that need attention to. I need to get them in the water. So far, I got 2 in the water so far. And so you guys stay tuned. I'll go ahead. I'll probably post a video of me and my tugboat out in the water, my sailboat out in the water, my favorite metro pond where I go to all the time. And I think you fellas will get a good kick out of that. And I'll bring my camcorder over here. I'll take a cook's tour of all my life's work and my stashes behind me and everything, and I got a lot of stuff, fellas, and that'll do it right there. Everybody out there in YouTube land there, check out Red Dragon Model Works. Gilbert, he's got as a guest, he has our Waterloo 745 across the pond over there visiting Gilbert, and he's having a wonderful time doing the Irish jig, drinking Dos Equis Cerveza aquí, which is cold beer here, and getting true blued and tattooed. John, looks like you're getting a little blue under the gills, buddy, when you start getting that tattoo on your arm. Them tattoos hurt. I got them all over me. I got them on my chest, my ass, my back, my legs, my arms. And being a Navy man, it's traditional to have tattooed up like that. And a lot of people get tattoos nowadays as just for personal preferences only, and it's pretty well accepted in today's society. I remember I got out of the Navy, I couldn't go to work. You know, I got a job working. I had to wear a long sleeve shirt to hide my tattoos, and some people thought they were offensive, but stable tradition. Tattoos is art. So, anyway, check out that video, guys. You guys will laugh and have a good time. And boy, I tell you, that John gets around, he's having a good time. He's probably visiting Durham, too, in upstate Pennsylvania, my next-door neighbor. And so, check out those videos, guys. You'll be really, you'll have a knee-slapping time watching them. And I enjoyed it. Way to go, Gilbert. That's great. That's very great to invite our friends over across the pond to visit your lovely home and be with your family. That's great, buddy. That's comforting to me. Okay, guys, it's time for Frankie Day to get off here right now. I've been on here for about a good 12 minutes so far, so I figured just go ahead and do a little waffle rambling and show you my second entry for Chancellor North Wales Flyingboat group build. So I should get that shaken probably this week sometime. As I work on the Mariner, I'll go ahead and get this going. So right now, this thing's about due for a coat of primer so I can see where I'm at with the filling. So that's another thing good about priming, is so you'll be able to see your imperfections. Without that, your model looks horrible. So right now, she's about ready to get her first coat of priming, and I can see where I'm at right now with the filling. And so far, what I can see, it needs a few. We need some tune-up real bad. So, like I said, I haven't touched this kit for over 40-something years. It's been a long time. So, this group build inspired me to go ahead and finish this up. No sense of letting it stay down there dormant and down there in my finished base with the rest of my models I got down there, collecting dust, doing nothing. So I put to good use by getting this thing finished. So it's calling on me, and that'll be that. Okay, guys, this finishes up my video presentation for this evening. I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in. May God bless. Happy modeling, and please subscribe. And please stay tuned for tomorrow. I should have my update of my C-47 Dakota for Russell Gosling D-Day group build. It'll be the finished priming of the aircraft. And by this Friday, I should have my Mariner on finish. I'll have a video on that. And once I finish up my C-47 for Russell Gosling group build, I'll have some pictures taken. I'll give him to Cohen. He's the host for Russell Gosling, and also same thing with boy, but I'm getting the seniors. I'm getting the senior moments. Trying to forget. Nigel. I apologize, Nigel. Please accept my humblest apologies. I didn't remember your name up to that. Had a senior moment, folks. And that'll be that, boys. So anyway, I'd like to thank everybody out there one more time again for tuning in. May God bless. We'll catch you on the next video. Hope the next video you'll see me with cigars in my mouth instead of smoking a pipe. Okay, guys, this is Frankie Day signing off, and thank you very much, folks, and we'll catch you next video, guys. Bye, boys. Take care now, man.